Kia ora whānau. Happy Friday night to you guys. We're on the eve of a long weekend, which is extra special. Hey, my name is Simon. I'm a Thermomix consultant based out in West Auckland, and I've been living without a kitchen for almost 2 months now. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you this. Excuse the dog. But yeah, so I'm really grateful for my Thermomix. I just love it's all in one cooking. It saves so much effort. And this is what I call my survival centre. So here I've got my Thermomix, I've got my coffee machine, and I've got my microwave. So this is where we've been living from basically the last 2 months. Anyway, tonight I'm doing a really quick and easy pilaf recipe, and I thought I'd take you guys through the recipe. This recipe is not one that's on Cookadoo. It's actually one that's been created by the lovely Shernaz. Now, if you're not following Shernaz, her page is Thermo Fun with Shernaz. She does the most amazing Indian cuisine. So please look her up, give her a like and give her a follow. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Yeah, so tonight I'm going to be making Shernaz's, she calls it her quick vegetable pilaf, except I've got a couple of twists. First twist is that I'm going to be making mine with chicken. And second of all is that I'm going to be cooking it with coconut milk because I really like the tandoori paste coconut milk combo. So here we go. I'm going to take the lid off my Thermomix. And the first thing that's going to go into the bowl is the ingredients I'm going to steam it in. So here I've got a tin of coconut milk, and it's just going to go right down the bottom. And I'm also going to put in the same amount of water. Now, if you want to use coconut cream, you can. However, just be aware that it's going to be a lot richer. I'll do one, I'll do twice. So that's 1 can of coconut milk, 2 equal cans of water. Now, I'm also going to put in a little bit of chicken stock. Now, you can make this mixture whatever you like. So if you don't want to put coconut, don't put coconut. If you want to just put chicken stock or plain water or whatever you want, that's also your call as well. This recipe is so versatile and so easy. So now that we've got our liquid in there, I'm going to drop my steaming or my simmering basket into the bowl of my Thermomix. Remembering that when I put it in, the hinge is going to go close to the handle. That way when I pull it out with my spatula, it's just going to fit nicely and work. In it goes. Now, into this I am going to put, hey you guys, thanks for joining me. Into this I'm going to put about 1 cup of rice. Now, I'm using long grain rice tonight, and my rice has been soaking in water for about 30 minutes. Now, there are multiple reasons why you soak your rice in water, and there's all sorts of health reasons, but I'm not going to go there. But what it does do is it reduces the cooking time down for the rice. So instead of normally taking long grain rice, I don't know, say 25-30 minutes, this should cook in about 15. So if you want to save a little bit of cooking time with your rice, soak it in water first. So I'm going to put about half my rice into my simmering basket, just to cover the bottom of the bowl. Just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the famous tandoori paste. Now, guys, make sure you're making tandoori paste. It is such a good recipe. So into here, I'm just going to put, well, it's really up to you, really. I like a tablespoon. And that's going to sit in my rice, just like that. But again, if you want more, add more. If you want less, add less. It's nice and easy. Into this, I'm also going to add about 1 cup of frozen vegetables. So I'm using the little individual pieces, as you can see. But if you want to use the more chunkier vegetables, hey, go for it. So that is going to go in there as well. And this is all sitting inside my steaming basket. Now what I'm going to do is give this a quick stir. And that's going to mix my tandoori paste, my soaked rice and my frozen vegetables together. And then finally I'm going to add the last of my rice in there. So I've got just about a cup. Now remembering when you're using cooking rice in your Thermomix, there is a limit of 350 grams of uncooked rice you can put in it. So if you are doing this recipe and you want to up the quantity a bit, 350 grams of rice will completely fill your container. So don't go above that, and take off less if you're doing the vegetables like what I'm doing. So I'm just going to give that a good stir. Yum, this is smelling so good already. If you haven't tried the coconut milk and tandoori paste mixture, it's almost like a cheating butter chicken. It's a really good combo. I'll just pull this out for a minute and show you guys what I can see. Sorry, it's very difficult without a kitchen. So this is what's in my bowl. So it's nice and easy. Okay, and now last of all, what I'm going to do is put in some salt. So I don't know where my salt shaker is, I have no idea. So I'm just using straight from the bag. So in we go, a good sprinkling of salt. If you are using stock in your water, stock can be quite salty by itself. So maybe you don't want to have the same level of salt in there. Okay, so in that goes. Yum, smelling so good. Okay. So now what I'm simply going to do is put the lid on my Thermomix. I'm going to go into manual cooking mode. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So I'll show you again. I don't have a kitchen. So for the last 2 months, I've been living from my survival station, which my Thermomix is a part of, and it's just been a total lifesaver. The fact that I can produce a whole meal in the machine and not have to be here is just phenomenal. So yeah, my quick rice pilaf is ready to start cooking. So I'm going to go into manual cooking. I'm going to set my timer to whatever I think I need the rice needs. So I'm using a long grain rice. So I'm going to set my timer to about 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes, I'm going to check it, see if it needs a little bit more or a little bit less. But again, as I said, if you soak your rice beforehand, you're going to reduce your cook time down. So yeah. I'm going to set my temperature to 100 degrees, and I'm going to set my blade speed to number 4. So the reason we set the blade speed to number 4 is that we're going to have the water swirling inside the bowl, and it's going to go through the rice and drain through the rice as well. So it means that the rice itself isn't sitting in the liquid, but the boiling liquid has been thrown through the rice. So it just means that if you're not going to be there when it finishes cooking, instead of the rice getting all gluggy because it's sitting in liquid, it's not. It's sitting above the level of the water. So I'm going to hit play. So I've got 15 minutes. Hey you guys, 15 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 4. So while this is cooking, this is my chicken. Now you can choose whatever protein you like to go inside your pilaf. So Shernaz, for example, will do some roast potatoes. So for me, I've just got a couple of chicken thighs. I've chopped it up into roughly 1-inch pieces, and I've put another tablespoon of tandoori paste and a little bit of oil in it, and it's been sitting here for probably about an hour, so the chicken's been nicely marinating. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to air fry this. I'm going to shove it in my air fryer and cook it off for about 10 minutes at 100 degrees. So I could put the meat in with the rice if I wanted to. However, I want to have a little bit of a baked texture. So you can add whatever you like here. So go crazy, guys. You choose whatever works for you. So I'm going to put this on in about 10 minutes time. Once my rice is probably about 3/4 of the way cooked. Then what I'm going to do is grab my thermoserver, tip my rice mixture into my thermoserver, and I'm going to fluff it with a fork to make it get light and fluffy. And then by that time, my chicken will be cooked from the air fryer, combine it together, and it's ready to go. It's such an easy dinner, guys. I mean, it probably takes you about 3 or 4 minutes of prep time, and then you can sit down with a glass of wine. Oh, I can't find my glass of wine, that's serious. And that's dinner made. So yeah, give it a go. It's really, really simple, really easy to do, and it's one of those meals that you can just say, you know, I can't be bothered with dinner. I don't want to spend the crazy amount of money that you do on Uber Eats or delivery. I'm just going to knock it up, go sit down, and let the Thermix do the work for me. Anyway, guys, I hope I've motivated you to try this recipe. Now, I'm going to be at the Home and Garden Show on Saturday, tomorrow. So if you're in Auckland, please come along and see us. It will be great to see you there. It's at it's at Mount Eden, the stadium, and it'll be great to meet you guys. Anyway, have a fabulous evening. Have a wine for me. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch up with you guys soon. See you later. Bye-bye.